you grown bored of seeing your local Starbucks awash in silver, mid-sized laptops, all sporting that glowing Apple logo? We don't blame you. Apple has remained committed to the MacBook Pro's design over the last 4 years, counting on engineering excellence to persevere through multiple product cycles. That decision drove Mac fans wild, as many itched for a newer, faster Pro, and ended up with new models that looked the same as what they already owned. Now, the wait is finally over, and it's unfortunate that Mac fans have been left starving for an update, because the new MacBook Pro's price is hard to swallow. The base 13-inch model without the Touch Bar is $1,500, a $200 upcharge over the old entry-level Pro. If you want the Touch Bar model we reviewed, you'll have to shell out $1,800, though you at least get a processor upgrade as part of the deal. $1,800 is a lot for a MacBook Pro 13 with a Core i5 processor, even by Apple's standards. The sharp increase in price means you can only obtain a Core i5 MacBook Pro at prices that used to get you a Core i7, and perhaps a RAM upgrade as well. Can the new model live up to the expectations set by its price? Still the most luxurious laptop. One look at the new MacBook Pro 13 with Touch Bar is all you need to know it's a Mac. That's even more impressive now that Apple has decided to take attention away from its branding, ditching the glowing white apple in favor of a slick, subtle gloss logo similar to what's on the MacBook, the iPhone, and the iPad. As before, the MacBook Pro 13 features an all-unibody design lacking any visible seams aside from those on the bottom. But the new version is slimmer and trimmer, shaving weight down to 3.02 pounds from 3.48 pounds, while thickness drops from 0.71 inches to 0.59 inches. And that's not all. Apple, like Dell, has aggressively shaved space from the display bezels to reduce the overall footprint. The new MacBook Pro 13 remains slightly larger than the Dell XPS 13 overall, and a couple tenths of a pound heavier. Users with the older Pro model will appreciate the improvement. Oh, and the new model comes in space gray, which hopefully is the beginning of a wider color selection. The 12-inch MacBook comes in silver, space gray, rose gold, and gold. Color choices may seem petty, but they add a touch of personality. There's no arguing with the new MacBook Pro's elegance. The beauty of Apple design has always been subtle, which is why the company is sometimes accused of being safe, or boring. The new Pro doesn't even try to sidestep those criticisms. It's not the smallest 13-inch laptop, or the lightest, and its materials feel much as before. There's something to be said for design that works, though, even if it's not innovative, and the new MacBook Pro remains the most luxurious laptop around. Any port you want, as long as it's USB Type-C. While the MacBook Pro 13 with Touch Bar has a headphone jack, it makes another connectivity choice that's just as controversial and, functionally, more important. Apple has decided that USB Type-C, Thunderbolt 3 is the future, and has ditched every other port. Yes, USB Type-C is all you get. The MacBook Pro 13 with Touch Bar has 4 of these ports, 2 on each side. Even the card reader is missing. Crazy as it sounds, the decision has its benefits. The simplicity of the port selection is hard to argue with, and every port is a charging port, so you can plug the wall adapter into whichever is more convenient. The ports are quick, too, so you can hook up multiple displays or use fast external SSDs without worry about connectivity bandwidth. Now, for the bad news, you're going to need adapters, and you might need lots of them. Do you use an external display? That's an adapter. External hard drive? Adapter. Wired input of any sort? Adapter. Ethernet? Adapter. SD card? Adapter. At best, you'll need to purchase 1 or 2 dongles. At worst, you're going to need a dock solution, which can add another $100 to $200 to the price. The greatest irony. Even Apple's iPhone can't plug into any MacBook Pro 13 without purchasing an adapter. At least it can communicate wirelessly. Speaking of which, the new Pro 13 has the usual 802.11 acres Wi-Fi adapter paired with Bluetooth 4.2. It's good to see the latest version of Bluetooth here, as it'll help connect with a wireless keyboard and mouse. The keyboard of the future isn't very good. The 12-inch MacBook, released last year, debuted an all-new butterfly switch that's much thinner than any used in a laptop keyboard prior. Though Apple touted it as having great feel, we complain that typing for more than an hour left our fingers with a dull ache, due to the keyboard's stiff feel and limited travel. Now that same keyboard can be found on the MacBook Pro. Well, not exactly the same. The Pro's keyboard has a second-generation butterfly mechanism, with slightly more travel than the first. And it is an improvement. If you're a writer, the MacBook Pro 13 will serve you better than the MacBook Pro 12. That's not to say it'll serve you well. While travel has improved, the keyboard continues to suffer a stiff, abrupt bottoming action that can make long typing sessions tiresome. The degree to which this will bother you is a matter of preference. A few Digital Trends writers thought it was perfectly acceptable, and most thought they could learn to live with it. No one said they preferred it over the previous MacBook Pro 13. And it's not clear why this sacrifice was made. While the new MacBook Pro 13 is thin, it's as thick or thicker than many competitors with better keyboards, such as the Acer Swift 7, HP Spectre X360, and Dell XPS 13. Whatever the reason, it's clear Apple had to make a compromise between size, performance, and keyboard quality, with the latter getting the bad end of the bargain. Below the keyboard is a revised, plus-size touchpad. Unlike the keyboard, this is an unmitigated plus. The spacious surface improves the ease of using multi-touch gestures, which work consistently well. While the new, larger surface means constant contact between it and your palms, we didn't notice a single instance of unintended input throughout our testing. And don't forget Force Touch. The haptic feedback system, which uses vibration to simulate a click, is so good at emulating real movement that most users never notice a difference. It also offers force sensitivity, which can enable special interface functions, just like the iPhone. The feature isn't widely embraced, even by Apple's own software, but it's great when offered. The Touch Bar searches for purpose. In May of 2014, Apple Insider published an article talking about upcoming Macs with in-key displays, a rumor that began to snowball in early 2016. After several misses, the rumor mills thought it might appear in early 2016, then in summer, it's finally here in all its OLED glory. If nothing else, the Touch Bar is great to look at it. It boasts Retina-equivalent pixel density, which means icons are rendered with crisp, vibrant graphics. And because it's OLED, blacks look inky black, so dark it's